Good morning. Good morning, and welcome to Monte Vista Unitarian Universalist congregation as we gather together today on this very warm Sunday to celebrate our religious exploration program. It's important to recognize that we celebrate exploration and not just indoctrination. We teach our kids how to look at religion, not what to believe. Off the soapbox. Please join us on the patio after the service for a summer celebration with hot dogs, including vegetarian options, salads with a vegetarian option, lemonade, water. A small gathering, but please stay. At 2 p.m. today, here in the sanctuary, is the service to celebrate the life of Nancy Rutherford, one of our congregants, long-time congregant. And please read the community connections that's emailed out each week. If you need, if you're not on the mailing list, when you signed in as a visitor, if you put your email address and indicate that you want to receive our announcements, we'll get them to you. And I would like to welcome our first-time visitors. Thank you for being here. And
Your phone? Your mask? All good. Good morning, everyone. It is so good to be here with you on this beautiful day. This difficult, mixed up world we live in. But we have this place where we come together and we are nourished and fed and we share in our community. Welcome to all of you who are on Zoom. Thank you for tuning in to be with us here. And we will also have the Zoom account open for the memorial starting at 2 o'clock. I have been busy the last couple of days writing a pastoral message that I will send out this week as Roe v. Wade was overturned by the Supreme Court. One thing I've heard several times over the past 48 hours is that we knew it was coming. But as I've heard from so many people that I've sat with after an expected death, knowing that it's coming does not make it easier. And it doesn't change the urgency of the actions we are called to now. First, I ask that we honor our feelings, but let's not despair. As I prepare a message to our congregation that I will send out to everyone on email, I have 3 thoughts to share with you today. They are 3 I statements. The first is, I hear a call. I hear a call and I call out to you to be vigilant, intelligent, and courageous, to engage with our Justice Committee and contact Janine Little with your commitment as we find our footing and prepare for actions. Number 2, I feel a pull toward connection and cooperation, a need for deep listening to one another and to our own hearts, to learn how we can best serve in this world now. And my third I statement is, and I invite you to join me on this one, I still love this country. Even as division erupts and tears open our nation in the name of God. The ugliness of fascism stops our care for one another, and it is not just SCOTUS. It's not just our country. It's happening all over the world. It's universal. So it's calling up we Universalists. And we must hold on to our sense of calm, strength, our faith, and our focus to increase our strength and rely on our wisdom. I encourage you to speak up, to use your voice with the power of calm, planned words, and be a relentless firewall for reason and sense. We must stand for freedom, but freedom for all, even those we disagree with. Let our revolution be of the heart and mind as we stand with love for the betterment of all people. There is so much fear at this time as our planet changes so much, but let's not be afraid. Fear will sap the energy that we need for this engagement and this bringing of peace. So let's lean on our faith and on one another. Our Unitarian Universalist community is being called up, and we need each other more than ever. So let's take care of ourselves and our spirits. Nourish and replenish your soul. Be the love that the world needs right now. Let us offer our faith to the broken world and do what we can. We've got this. And as we open our worship this morning, I offer these words from the Hebrew Scriptures, from the book of Micah, chapter 6, verse 8. Do not be daunted by the enormity of the world's grief. Do justly now, love mercy now, and walk humbly now. You are not obligated to complete the work, but neither are you free to abandon it. Thank you. As we open our service, we ring the bowl 3 times. Once for those who have come before, the Tongva and other native peoples who were the original stewards of this land and called it home long ago. We also honor our ancestors and the founding members of this congregation who imagined it over 70 years ago. We ring it once for those of us who are here now. For our members, friends, our visitors, our staff, and our extended UU family who hold, care, and grow this beloved community that we know as our own. And once for those who will come, for those who will find belonging here with us and call this their spiritual home in the days ahead.
Thank you, Maggie, for those words. Letha's now lighting our chalice. We light this chalice at the beginning of every service. She'll also light our children's RE chalice, which was a gift from the children's program in our partner church in the Philippines. And then she's going to say some words, and we have little actions that go with these words. So we're going to mimic those actions while she's reading the words.
Children say these words with the chalice in class.
Yeah.
And the projector is not.
Oh, step over here. Yeah.
Oh. Because they're lit. Here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We are Unitarian Universalists.
Make 2 U's.
We are the church of the loving heart. We are the church of the open mind. We are the church of the helping hands. Together we care for our earth
Make a big earth.
and work for
Friendship.
friendship and peace
And-
in all the world.
And on that one, we would usually hold hands, but since COVID times, we've stopped that. But we will take a moment to greet your neighbors. Turn around and greet the people around you, and make sure you say hello also to our people on Zoom. Oh yes, what was it?
It's on
Oh, it fell.
And I didn't want to.
That was perfect timing.
Yes. Thank you.
For that.
I figured we had a minute.
And now, if you will, please rise, and we'll sing our chalice lighting hymn, This Little Light of Mine. It's number 118 in your hymnal, and I believe it'll be projected on the screen. Amazing. Thank you, Lily. Riley, would you like to come up and read our Rainbow Promises? These are the children's version of the promises which we do every Sunday. They relate to our 7 principles.
Red, respect all people. Orange, offer fair and kind treatment to all. Yellow, earn to accept and learn about ourselves, others, and the mystery. Green, grow by exploring what is true and right in life. Blue, believe in our ideas and act on them. Indigo, insist on a fair, peace, and free world for all. Violet, value our home earth, which we share with all living things.
Thank you, Riley. We go over our principles every week in class, just as we read the covenant up here to remind us of our values as we begin our lessons. So next we're going to sing Spirit of Life, which is also a tradition that we do here in the sanctuary. We'll sing it first in English and then in Spanish. And it is located in the gray hymnal on the back or on the screen. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Robert Tidwell. I'm the Director of Lifespan Religious Exploration. Sorry, that's not quite loud enough. um, so I'm the Director of Lifespan Religious Exploration. We call the Religious Exploration Program that because we explore the different ideas that permeate our UU values. So we have the 7 principles and the 6 sources, and we try and teach not just the children, but also the adults that our values come from all over the world. This year, the Religious Exploration Council for Children has offered to have our children's curriculum be the storybooks of the world's religions, which was a curriculum made by the UUA, and it positions all of the stories in the book against our principles. And so each story we would read, we would then ask the children, what principle does this relate to? What values that are Unitarian, Universalists can be found in these stories from all over the world? And our children and our RE Council all noticed that even though it was called Storybooks of the World's Religions, the curriculum focused mostly on Abrahamic religions. And so we expanded it and we added pagan traditions from Europe and from the indigenous population in America, as well as the indigenous population in Australia. We added stories from different parts of the African continent and from Latin America. And we added Asian stories. So we added Shinto and Buddhism and the Baha'i. And it really enriched the curriculum, I think. And we couldn't have done that without the guidance of the RE Council. So our first order of business today is to thank our RE Council and for you guys to see how many people it takes to run a successful children's program, even one as small as ours. So first I would like to bring up, oops, I have these in the wrong order. Randy, can you step up, please? Okay. Randy has been on our RE Council for a few years. So I have a small gift for you, Randy, to thank you. It's a very small token of appreciation. I had bookmarks made for each of the members of the council and people who taught for the class, and they say, thank you for being part of our story. We also have one for Caitlin, who could not be here today. Letha, could you please come up? And Janie as well, please. So Letha, they also have their names on the back. So these 3 wonderful people, as well as Caitlin, who couldn't be here, and myself, we meet about once a month to go over the children's program. And it's been a huge help for me stepping into this position in a time of chaos. So I wanted to thank you guys so much for helping me on this incredible journey that we've been on. So thank you. So I wanted also to thank the children who are part of our program. So Riley, could you please come up here? We met Riley earlier. But thank you so much, Riley, for being here today and for being part of our program. This is yours. You can use it in any book you want. We also have Abigail and Alana, who couldn't be here today. Those are Caitlin's kids. We have Maximo, who's on vacation right now. And we have Patrick, who visits us from Colorado on our Zoom classes. So I will get these gifts to them, but I just wanted to give a special thank you to them for being here. We also have people who are not on the RE Council who teach classes. And most of our RE Council are our teachers, so you've already met them. But there's also our OWL class, which is being done this summer, and it's taught by Megan Gallagher. Could you please come up here? And myself. And OWL is one of the most important curriculums we have because it teaches children how to be confident and to respect and love their bodies and to make safe and caring decisions as they grow up. So thank you, Megan, for being on our OWL team. It is not listed in the order of service, but we also have an adult RE council. And I don't know if any of them are here, but I'm going to read their names and they can stand up and come up if they're here. I don't see any of them, but we have Laura, who is the chair of our adult council. We have Janine, who's not here, okay? And we have Catherine Rowley, who is here. Yay, Catherine. Please come up and get your gift. Please come up and get your gift. The Adult RE Council this year has worked on environmental issues, and most notably, we had a class taught by Reverend Kathleen Reeves about incorporating environmentalism into our own spirituality, and she even organized a little field trip for some of our members. So I have a gift for her, and I also have a gift for Debbie Skirto, because she also led a class for us on the New to BUU, which also Reverend Maggie helped lead. So that's our adult program. And it seems kind of small, but these people work very hard, and we have had a tremendous success with the attendance in classes, both online and in person. And we're looking forward to growing as we move forward. And that goes for the children's RE as well. So next I have our Time for All Ages. In your order of service, it has a different story. I changed my mind when I saw this book in my office. It Takes a Village. And that's going to resonate with my message afterwards. This book has beautiful illustrations, and I will have it in our picnic, and you should look through it. But I've been told that when we show the pictures on our Zoom, George has to work really hard to edit them all out. So we don't want to do that. But they are beautiful illustrations, so you should check them out if you get a chance. The story is It Takes a Village, and it's written and illustrated by Jane Cowan Fletcher. The sun was just beginning to climb into the sky, but the villagers had been up for hours. It was market day. Yemi, Mama said, you must take care of your little brother today while we are at the market. I will be too busy selling our mangoes. Come, Koku, Yemi said. I will watch you today all by myself. All by yourself, Mama asked, and smiled at what Yemi said. Mama knew better. Mama picked up their mangoes. Yemi picked up Koku, and she felt very grown up as she walked out of the family compound beside Mama. They joined the stream of people walking into the village. People came from all around to sell their goods and buy whatever they needed. Market day was also a time for visiting. The greeting started the moment they stepped onto the paths in town. Hello, how are you? How is your family? Yemi helped Mama set out their mangoes. One of the other fruit vendors said, Yemi is a big girl now. She is a lot of help for you. Yes, Mama said. She is going to watch Koku for me today, all by myself, Yemi added. All by yourself? Yay, the woman marveled. They smiled and nodded, and they knew better too. When the mangoes were all in neat piles, Yemi asked if she and Koku could take a look around the market. Mama said, yes, but don't be gone too long. Yemi had not walked very far when Koku became restless. He must be hungry, she said. She set him down for just 1 minute so she could buy some peanuts, and Koku wandered off. Cho! Yemi cried when she turned around and discovered Koku was gone. She put the peanuts in her pocket, and she hurried off to find him. Where could he have gone, she said. As Yemi searched for him, she began to worry. Koku must be hungry. But he was not. Koku must be thirsty. But he was not. And the illustrations show her going to a vendor to get some water. Koku must be frightened. And she looks inside a large clay pot. But he was not. Koku must be hot, she thought. And she looks around the hot market. But he was not. Koku must be tired, but he was not. She's looking in the rugs. Finally, after searching for him everywhere, Yemi stepped and cried aloud, Koku must be lost, but he was not. Just across the path from where Yemi stood, Koku was waking up from a nap. Is this your Koku? The mat vendor asked. Yes, exclaimed Yemi as she scooped up her brother. Thank you so much for taking care of him, Yemi said to the mat vendor. Oh, he chuckled. I was not the only one. He pointed to where Cuckoo had come from. Yemi thanked him again and headed off in that direction. She said thank you to the woman who washed him, and again thank you to the woman who owned the clay pots. And again, she said thank you to the woman who fed him, and again to the woman who gave him water. We've been gone a long time, Koku, Yemi said. Mama must be worried. But she was not. Mama knew better. As Mama told me, and as my mama told me, and her mama told her, I will tell you, you weren't alone today, Yemi. We don't raise our children by ourselves. It takes a village to raise a child. That's the end of the story. I chose this story today as I was looking through my office, and it just stood out to me that that's essentially the message of my message today, is that it takes a village. I first heard that phrase from Hillary Clinton in the 90s, and it's rang true so much throughout the years, but not more than when I stepped into the position as Director of Religious Exploration. I've relied on so many people to help make this program run, and there's still gaps, and we still need support from the church. Our church is one which suffered a terrible circumstance, and right before the COVID hit, when everybody was suffering a terrible circumstance, and our membership dwindled a little bit, and it's been hard to get it back into the swing of things. But because of the help of people that we've all said thank you to earlier, we've been able to do just that. And as Amy retired and I stepped in, it was rocky at first. I was very nervous. But in the past year, the RE Council, both children's and adults, have made me feel a lot more grounded in this role. When I first came to Monte Vista over 10 years ago, I didn't know what my role would be here. I was on a few different committees. I was in the small ministry program. I was excited to be a UU. I just found this place in this community, and it meant so much to me. And then one day my friend Marlene was like, hey, Robert, you're an atheist. Do you want to go teach the children? We're looking for somebody who, for the high school kids who can help them figure out their position in life and where they're at. And we don't have a voice for atheists. And I was like, yeah, I can join YRUU and go down and hang out with some teenagers for a little bit every once in a while. And then I never missed a Sunday, and I was there every week. And those people became my friends. I've watched them grow up over the years. And Marlene came up to me at one point. She was on the RE Council at the time. And on behalf of Amy, she came up to me and she's like, hey, we're getting people trained for OWL. Do you want to teach kids about, growing up and puberty and all that good stuff? And I was like, I don't know if I'd be good at that. And then I got trained, and now I've taught OWL 6 or 7 times, and I love it. And it's my favorite thing to teach. So this community has been my home for a long time. And even though I don't have children, and even though I didn't know that I wanted to spend my Sunday mornings with children and with young adults, it has become sort of my calling in life. And so I invite you, even if you don't have children who are in the congregation, if you think, oh, well, I'm older and my kids are grown and I don't have a place in RE, or if you think I'm young, I don't have children yet, what would I know about children? There's a place for you, and we always need more volunteers, more teachers. This year, we have the money to get 4 people trained for OWL. We have 3 people who want to be trained. So if we can get a 4th person who wants to be trained, that would be fantastic. So OWL is, like I said, my favorite thing to teach, and I invite you to join us this summer in getting trained. If you'd like to, just contact me. My email is in the directory. You can just reach out to me, and I'd be happy to have you signed up. We also have adult RE classes which need teachers. The adult RE committee is being consolidated into the regular children's RE committee. So now it's just going to be one committee, but we always need more teachers. So please, if you'd be interested in leading classes with adults, we also need that. And we also have young adults who are dispersed and who are looking for a home. So we'll be having some young adult programming too, hopefully in the coming year. And with all of that and me asking you to please join us in RE in whichever facet calls to you, I ask Reverend Maggie to step up so that we can do our offering.
But before that, don't give the minister the microphone. I just want to point everyone out toward the centering thought inside your order of service today. I don't know if that's in your script to go refer to that, but let's just say the children are not the church of tomorrow. They are the church of today. And we are here to celebrate them today.
Thank you for calling attention to that.
Yeah. Our offering message today opens with reading number 675 in our hymnal, which reads, "The offering is a sacrament of the free church, supported by the voluntary generosity of those who join with us." And as the generous caretakers of this beloved community, we find ourselves traversing many curves on a road that seems exceptionally bumpy these past few years. Yet as the winds shift and we bank those curves with greater and greater engagement, we give from our hearts in many ways to maintain our community's physical and spiritual well-being. So thank you for your kind and generous donations. We are all givers in so many aspects of our church life together. All that we do in our care of each other is an offering toward wholeness. And it is with grateful appreciation of our shared hopes and values that our generous offerings will now be given and received. I invite you to come forward with any offerings you have to bring. We have a large basket here for any donations for the Inland Valley Hope Partners, and also any donations to the congregation can go in the smaller basket. Thank you. And also online for all you in the Zoom sanctuary, there should be a link Jaryus will put into the chat box. Thank you.
Before we wrap up, I wanted to go back. Reverend Maggie pointed out our centering thought, and I wanted to explain why I chose that. A lot of communities see the children's religious education programs or Sunday schools or whatever you call them as sort of a babysitting. But I found out that this church and this community sees it more as an extension of our religious community. And so I wanted to remind us all of that value and to thank those of you who have been part of our RE program and those of you who have been up here in the main sanctuary for respecting and loving the children of this congregation as much as you do. So even if you're not an RE program, I know that, you know, our children are part of your family, your wider church family. So thank you so much for being part of that. So our closing hymn, which we're running a little early, I've been reading too fast, is the children's benediction from Reeb, from the Reeb Church. Is that what it's? Yeah. So we'll go ahead and sing this, and then we have a few more small rituals, and then we invite you to join us on the patio. I think Alan told you earlier, we got hot dogs, we got vegetarian hot dogs, vegan and non-vegan sides, and even some ice cream. So please join us. It's a hot day. It's a good day for a barbecue. With the children's, every Sunday, we read these words with the children as we dismiss them. May we remember to be Unitarian Universalists, not just when we're together here, but every day and in every way. Thank you. And now, please enjoy some fellowship time after Lily plays her postlude, and I'll see you on the patio.